So we are going to see the analysis of standing wave on transmission line for different resistive load conditions. Now we know that the voltage and current equation for a lossless transmission line can be written in this popular form as mentioned here. This derivation we have already seen. Now this voltage is complex. It has both amplitude and phase. Now since voltmeters and ammeters they read only the magnitude without regard to phase, we can analyze only the magnitude of voltage and current. So if we take the magnitude of voltage and current at any arbitrary distance x from the end of transmission line, we get x is any arbitrary distance from the source end or from the load end, whichever way we want we can take. We can also take distance x from load end, and R is the load resistance and R0 is the characteristic resistance. We know that for a lossless line Z0 is a pure resistance, so we can write R0, and first we will consider the load to be resistive only. We are considering load to be only resistive. Complex load we will see in the next lecture. Now so this is the amplitude. Now the question is, how do we analyze? Now we already know that if I consider short circuit, that is the impedance is 0, then voltage is minimum at this line at the load end which is shorted, and after every lambda by 2 it repeats. So this is my lambda by 2 distance. And current and voltages are 90 degree out of phase, so this dot line is the current. Whereas if we see the open circuit case, impedance is infinite. This is general, whether it is resistive load or complex load, it is general. When we consider this one as the open circuit, then voltage is maximum and it repeats after every lambda by 2. So this distance is lambda by 2 and the current is minimum. Voltage is maximum here and current is 0 here, because we know that when the end is open circuited, current will not flow, so current will be 0. And this is the case for match termination. For match termination, when the load resistance equal to characteristic impedance, it is called a flat line. That means there are no standing waves are formed here. Yes, now what is of primary importance is that when Z0 is having some arbitrary value which is not equal to characteristic impedance, then the standing waves are formed. Now so let us consider the resistive case only. When we consider the resistive case, then what happens is the maximum, how to analyze. Now for analyzing, this is the key rule. This is the key rule that you have to keep in mind for analyzing. What we do is that the maximum value of voltage and current will occur at that value of x that makes the larger of these terms a maximum. So using this rule, let us see, when R is less than R0, then what happens? When R is less than R0, then if you see this expression, R is less than R0, that means this sine term is greater. So the voltage maximum will occur only when the sine term becomes maximum, because R is less than R0, so this sine term is greater. So when the sine term becomes maximum at a distance, suppose this is my load end, so the sine term will become maximum when sine is 0. When sine is 0, it is minimum. When sine term is maximum, voltage is maximum. Means this sine term will decide. So it is maximum. Sine 0 is 0, so it is minimum at load end. So voltage will be minimum. And voltage will be maximum at lambda by 4 distance, because sine 90 is 1. So at lambda by 4 distance, my voltage will be maximum. And for current also same thing, it is just the opposite, because R is less than R0, so here cos term is maximum. So current will be just 180 degree out of phase. So if you see this, you can see So if we see the standing wave for purely resistive load when R is less than R0, we see that voltage is coming minimum at the load plane, as I explained. Now in the same way, if we consider R greater than R0, and we can also analyze two important parameters. The maximum value is when sin beta is 1 and cos beta L is 0. Then it will have, so sin beta L is 1 and cos beta L is 0, then it will have the maximum value. So it can be, you put this value in that expression, we will get this expression, and V minimum value will be VR sin beta L 0 cos beta L 1. So, and if we take the ratio Vmax by Vmin, we will get R0 by R, and this is the standing wave ratio. And for current also same thing. For maximum value we will put this and we'll get an I minimum, we put cos beta L 0 sin beta L 1, and we get this expression. So this ratio is R0 by R. Now if we just reverse the role, what will happen when R is greater than R0? So if we once again go back to the equation, when R is greater than R0, you see this term is less than 1, so cos beta L term will decide. When cos beta x is maximum, Vx will be maximum. So when cos beta x is maximum, we know cos 0 is 1. So if this is my load plane, at cos 0 it will be maximum, voltage will be maximum. So it will be decided by cos plot. So cos plot at 0 it is maximum, so it will be like this. This is voltage, and current is just the opposite, just 180 degree out of phase. So it will be like this. You can see the R greater than R0, you see voltage is maximum here and it is going like this, and current starts from the minimum value. This is the case when R is greater than R0, and this value of VSWR is for R less than 0 is R0 by R, and current standing wave is R0 by R. But when R is greater than R0, the role is reversed. That means when R is greater than R0, Vmax by Vmin is this expression, and Imax by Imin is this expression. So that is how we are able to analyze. Thank you.